All right, I am going to play some Tour 5. I think these new holes for the dreaded dunes are out, so I want to set up some bags here. So let's start with it looks like I'm going to set up the utility bag where I've got backspin in the middle. I've got distance, backspin, and accuracy. So my goal is to get up close with my Hornet with my extra mile, but if I get caught in the middle, I've got backspin on both sides and utility at long iron. The usual suspects are always the same. I'm going to switch this over to a Saturn just because I don't know these holes. Some of these par threes. I tried out the Goliath and it's a red line deal. I like a little bit of gap between them so that you can engage each club instead of being right on my red line. Take a big dog. Big topper. A big dog. There isn't any hole I shouldn't be able to get it down with Hornet. Maybe. All right, so we've got a extra mile and a Guardian, a quarterback and a sniper. So I've got an accurate bag and a distance bag. And I've got a rock and a big dog. We'll see how this goes. I'm maybe on some of those holes where you need a big dog. It'll give me some more distance to get up there. And we can see, like, if the big dog's too much, then we can drop down. But that gets me that mid club. Stays in my accuracy vein. And then a big topper out in the open versus an extra mile hit farther just because of that. Especially if you've got one of those drives where here's the red line and you're actually short shooting it. There's a trap here. And so you could get your extra mile like halfway through the trap, even with a big ball, but you can't. So you're bouncing it over here. And so you're not using all the club versus a big topper where you're using every cent of the club and you're at the same spot. That big topper is going to net you more yards because of the topspin than you'll get with that extra mile, regardless of the ball that you bring out. All right, those are my bags. I'm going to take my number one bag as my primary. We'll go out and see what we can see on these holes. Hopefully we'll get some of the new holes. And they're downloading them, so that means there are some new holes available. How many courses we got here? So we have a 50-50 shot, depending on how generous they're being today, of getting one of the new ones. The whole goal here is to force shootouts. So I want to make sure if I do get up on somebody that I force a shootout with them. But first time out here playing these holes, haven't seen them yet other than just the pictures. My goal is to go look at those pictures. A straight line is always the shortest distance between two spots. So like looking at like what angle is the shortest angle and where our red lines are at. So that's where our, so I may time out a few times because I want to go out and really like see like what clubs can do. So we got an extra mile here and they've got a one power ball and they can just barely make it down to there. So with a Titan, you can definitely get up. I wonder if you can get up though with a Titan and a rock. They hit it good. That's putting them towards the sand. Yeah, that's a good emoji. That's good. You all know what that means. And just as I thought, they put that critical spot, that narrow spot down there in a very critical area where you're hitting through. So we can get through right there with no overpower. The wind's going to push us 4-3, so it's going to push us 2 rings. I'm going to use that forward momentum, so I want to be on this side over here. So it gives me room to to push it through there when the wind pushes me to the right. Just a little bit of overpower. And I hit it great to the right. So I'm either going to clip the rough way up there at the top, or I'll bleed through like right there. And then it bled through. So even if I'd have made that through, I still would have been, you're going uphill, I still would have only been like maybe halfway up that hill. That'd still be a pretty decent chip. If I brought my rock, I could probably end up in the same spot that I started off with my extra mile if I was a max overpower, and it is a more accurate club. I may be able to get that same kind of distance, maybe a little bit closer. But if I want to get on, I'm either going to have to bring a big topper and a 5-power ball so I have enough topspin to get up there, or I'm going to have to overpower my extra mile, or bring a bigger ball with my extra mile. So we're right at minimum club. That's 1.5 per ring. .5, there's 3, there's 6, so it's about 4.5 rings. I'm just right up against the red line. I'm going to push on the nubs. Isn't it perfect? Give myself a really good shot. Just missed it on the outside. Wind pushed me. Need to pull that just a little bit more against that wind. Not much, but a little. So that hole has some possibilities. So first time out, just taking an extra mile on a Titan, just see what you can get done with the normal balls. That's kind of where your red line's going to be. You could overpower that to try and get up there. And I think you probably get real dang close if you overpowered it. You'd probably come at it with a 5-power ball and you wouldn't have to overpower it. You could probably get really closer if you overpowered it just a little teeny bit. But you're going to have to hit perfect on that if you're taking an extra mile, because on the other side over there, how it comes out, how it bleeds out of that choke point, you take the risk. If you hit it great to the left, the right, it'll hit fine over there, but it'll bleed out